Welcome to the PIC versus VMS Dashboard webinar, prepared by CVR Associates Incorporated. This webinar will review the PIC versus VMS Leasing Data and Program Dashboard and how public housing authorities, or PHAs, can use it to view data differences between data reported in the Voucher Management System, or VMS, and the PIH Information Center, or PIC. Let's start by reviewing why PIC data is important, especially with the upcoming transition to the Enterprise Voucher Management System, or EVMS. Note, if you have not had the opportunity to review the Introduction to the PIC Error Dashboard webinar, please view the training on HUD Exchange prior to starting this session. In the future, disbursements of housing assistance payments, or HAPs, will be more dependent on PIC data. As a result, the timely and accurate submissions of 50058s have greater importance. 50058s are due within 60 days of the effective date of the transaction. However, 50058s should be submitted on a regular basis, and rejected submissions should be corrected quickly. Incomplete PIC reporting could result in inaccurate disbursements of HAPs. Once deployed, the Enterprise Voucher Management System, or EVMS, will be used for managing funds for the Housing Choice Voucher, or HCV program. EVMS will perform the following functions: automatically calculate HAPs using family-level data derived from PIC, specifically the 50058. EVMS does not collect provided data. Report VMS data. Read only data already submitted. This is updated on the 22nd of each month, and only fraud recovery is pulled daily. Track administrative fees for the HCV program for informational purposes only, and provide a daily view of funding balances. The EVMS rollout started with a pilot program in 2022. 4 individual rollout waves are planned. During Wave 1, HUD will onboard a wave of 150 PHAs. Waves 2 through 4 will onboard additional PHAs until the program is completed, meaning all PHAs have transitioned to EVMS. Through EVMS, unit months leased, or UMLs, and HAP expenses will be gathered via submitted 50058s. Data will be used to determine monthly disbursements of HAPs and administrative fee eligibility. PHAs will still need to monitor disbursement schedules and work with the Financial Management Center, or FMC, to request changes to disbursement amounts if anticipated HAP exceeds planned disbursements. You should always confirm PIC information is current and accurate prior to requesting additional disbursements from FMC. To prepare for EVMS, the most important task for PHAs is to correct PIC errors and make sure all current participants and their corresponding 50058s are successfully entered into PIC. First, pull the PIC submission ticket report in PIC. Assign dedicated staff members to review and correct PIC fatal errors. Then, resubmit corrections to PIC. Finally, ensure that data in PIC is an accurate reflection of your current HCV program. Next, let's talk about the PIC Error Dashboard, how it will be useful in preparing for EVMS, and best practices when using the dashboard. To prepare for the transition to EVMS, PHAs should use the PIC Error Dashboard to view PIC fatal errors and overdue reexaminations greater than 14 months. Correcting fatal errors will improve HUD's programmatic data on new admissions, recertifications, and exits out of programs. Locate the dashboard on HUD's website using the URL located at the bottom of the screen. Additionally, all links referenced in this training are included in the video's description. Users can view the dashboard in 3 ways: selecting the link to open the dashboard in a new tab, viewing the embedded dashboard on HUD's website, or enlarging the embedded dashboard to view it full screen. To navigate between the reports in the PIC Error Dashboard, look at the bottom of the screen. Use the arrows to navigate between the reports, or select the text to open the menu of the reports. To compare your unit months leased per PIC as compared to what is reported in VMS, select the PIC vs. VMS UML exception report, which is Report 7 on the PIC Error Dashboard. To see specific information for your PHA, use the various filters at the top of the report, including field office, state, and PHA code and name. If you need to reset the selected filters, select the Clear All Filters button. Next, let's take a look at the PIC vs. VMS leasing data in program report in the PIC Error Dashboard. This is the 7th report. A quick note before we begin. PHAs have seen the data on the VMS dashboard previously, as it's the same information on the MTCS delinquency report, which is shown here. The advantage of the VMS dashboard is that it's easier to access and doesn't require logging into PIC. However, it cannot be used for public housing and mod rehab programs. Let's start by looking at the information that displays when the report is first opened. On the left, you'll see various special program buttons, which we will explore later in this presentation. This dashboard shows the VMS UMLs reported in a given month and compares it to the 50058's PIC received with an effective date of the same VMS month. The report defaults do not include the EHV and mainstream programs. While minor discrepancies of 1 or 2% may exist due to the timing of the transmittal of 50058s, any larger differences should be investigated. Note, for small programs, seemingly minor discrepancies could represent a large percentage difference. Conversely, for a larger PHA, a small percentage difference could represent a significant number of reporting discrepancies. For this PHA, PIC reporting shows 503 units, compared to 432 in VMS for the HCV program. This 71-unit difference is 16.44% of the PHA's overall voucher program size. HUD applies the following labels based on the percent difference between PIC and VMS data. A green circle for differences up to 9%, a yellow triangle for differences between 9% and 50%, and a red diamond for differences above 50%. Regardless of the assigned label, PHAs should monitor and address any difference. Note, HUD may use this data to identify PHAs in need of technical assistance, or TA, or to schedule a Quality Assurance Division review of VMS reporting. The PHAs in this example have a very high difference in data in PIC versus VMS based upon their overall program size. It should be noted that if a PHA fails to report data for a particular month, the dashboard will show leasing as 0. The PHAs in this example have a large difference of vouchers reported per PIC versus VMS based upon the total size of the difference. While the percentage difference may be low, in each example, it represents a significant number of vouchers. Now, let's look at how to review special program data in the dashboard. The dashboard allows users to look at data that is specific to various special programs. To help troubleshoot if certain voucher types are contributing to the PIC and VMS discrepancy, use the program buttons on the left-hand side, including HCV, VASH or Veterans Affairs Supportive Housing, FUP or Family Unification Program, FYI or Foster Youth Independence, NED or Non-Elderly Disabled, Mainstream, and EHV or Emergency Housing Voucher. In this example, differences between PIC and VMS for the mainstream program are not significant, but there are discrepancies that need to be addressed for the NED program. In this section, we'll discuss VMS deadlines and how to conduct comparisons. Ensure VMS deadlines are met while keeping the following deadlines and notes in mind. There is a 60 to 90-day lag due to VMS reporting dates, such as December 19th showing data as of September 30th. VMS is retroactive while PIC is proactive. VMS submissions for the prior month are due by the 22nd of the following month. For example, VMS reporting for February is due by March 22nd. HUD updates PIC and VMS comparison reports on a monthly basis. To see which month is being reported, look at the bolded month and year in the report description. If a PHA is late submitting VMS reporting, the dashboard will reflect 0 vouchers leased or 100% HCV difference in the right-hand column until the reporting is complete. At least monthly, compare leasing data by following these steps. First, review the PIC vs. VMS leasing data dashboard. Then, review system of record data. Compare the data to VMS. And finally, compare the data to PIC. In this example, PIC shows 503 vouchers leased, but only 432 were reported in VMS. As a result, the PHA should look at the system of record data used to support VMS reporting and compare it to both PIC and VMS totals. The PHA system of record data reflects 492 total vouchers, but only 432 were reported to VMS. This indicates that an error was made in VMS reporting and a correction is needed. In VMS, visit the Voucher UML and HAP page to process prior month corrections. In this example, there are more units reported in PIC, or 503, than the system of record, which has 492. These variances indicate PIC corrections are needed. In this particular instance, it is likely that EOPs or end-of-participations or port-outs need to be processed, but the reasons for differences between PIC and system of record data will be unique to each individual PHA. While small discrepancies may exist between PIC and VMS, an identified significant variance should be reviewed and corrected. Now, let's talk about how to identify discrepancies and how to proceed when discrepancies are found. To identify discrepancies in VMS, follow these steps. Compare system of record data to VMS data on the dashboard. If differences exist, log into VMS and compare data reported to system of record data. Identify which voucher categories are not correctly reported and make corrections in VMS as needed. The VMS User's Manual, which is located on HUD's website, provides step-by-step instruction on how to navigate VMS, properly report various voucher categories, correct VMS errors, and generate reports. To correct PIC errors, follow these steps. Review the Fatal Errors Summary Report on the PIC Error Dashboard, which updates on a weekly basis. Locate the error in PIC using the ticket number, form number, and error number from the dashboard. In the system of record, update and submit the corresponding 50058 to address the error. Check the PIC Error Dashboard at the next weekly update to verify the error was corrected. To see more information, view the Introduction to the PIC Error Dashboard webinar on HUD Exchange. To identify discrepancies between PIC and the system of record, follow these steps. Run an ad hoc report for all paying 50058s from PIC, which are action types 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Generate a record of all families leased from the system of record. Compare the system of record report to PIC. Make corrections in PIC based on the differences. Note, all PIC discrepancies and fatal errors need to be corrected across all action types, including 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 13. Using the ad hoc reporting functionality, a report of all paying 50058s per PIC can be generated. This includes actions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. For more assistance with using ad hoc reports, contact your PIC coach. This is an example of a report from a PHA system of record showing all actively paying 50058s. It can be reconciled to the ad hoc report to identify paying 50058s in PIC, but not the system of record, and vice versa. In some cases, a group of participants may reflect an active status in PIC, but PHA staff already processed EOPs in the system of record, causing a discrepancy. Resubmit the end of participation and verify that there are no fatal errors. This should correct the discrepancy. However, if the discrepancy is not cleared by the resubmission, use the online EOP option in PIC to correct PIC records, forcing PIC to match system of record data. Use the online EOP option as a last resort. On the main menu, select PIH Information Center or PIC. Select Viewer under the Form 50058 heading. Ensure the correct PHA is selected in the Housing Authority section. Then, click the radio button next to Current Database. Enter the participant's Social Security number, first name, and last name. Click Search. In the tenant search results, select the online EOP link, which is the second from the right. Complete the following steps in the online EOP pop-up window. Enter the effective date for the EOP, which must be at least 1 day later than the date in the window. Click Save. A success message will display. Close the window. To conclude this webinar, we'll review other training resources available to you and how to submit feedback on this training. In addition to this webinar, you can find other resources on HUD Exchange, including the Introduction to the PIC Error Dashboard webinar, the PIC Error Correction Guidebook, and videos and handouts on correcting PIC errors. Access PIC IMS manuals on HUD's website to see comprehensive instruction on IMS PIC submodules. After finishing this webinar, please complete the survey link in HUD Exchange to provide feedback on this training, as well as provide topics that you would like additional training on. Before concluding this webinar, we want to acknowledge HUD's support. These materials were developed under an award from HUD and are dedicated to the public. Thank you for your participation. Please check HUD Exchange for additional resources.